looks like the next event will be, yes, the Indy 500. Now, if you're a racing fan or even just a normal person, you know what the Indy 500 is. It's the pinnacle of speed. I mean, 234 miles per hour? Can you even name another series out there that does 230 miles per hour for 500 miles with 30 cars? No, you can't. Anyway, the Indy 500 is part of the Triple Crown in both America and Europe. Now then, some facts about the Indy 500. The track has existed since 1909. It was built by these people according to Google. Don't know if that's right or not. Indianapolis itself is a 2.5 mile long track with 4 corners, and it is unique from NASCAR's version of 2.5 mile long tracks in that it looks more like a rectangle than it does a triangle. The first Indy 500 was hosted in 1911, and it was won by Ray Huron with an average speed of 75 miles an hour. 75 miles, I could go faster than that in my 2007 Toyota Corolla. So then, why is the Indy 500 so prestigious? Well, I don't know. I did a Google search, this is what turned up, so maybe I should, click on a Google link or actually read or something, but I don't care. I don't want to dig into it anymore. Now, the Indy 500 is a series ran by IndyCar, and IndyCar is a series which began in 1909, and since then they have had so much. I cannot explain how many renames and splits and just absolute trash I do not want to go into because I have tried and tried to understand it, but I could not for the life of me. All you need to know is that this thing right here is called an IndyCar. You know what? Forget it. Less history, more racing. So then, let me set the scene for you once again. Same day as before, 20th of May, 2023. It is now 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and 33 cars are about to get ready to go. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the Indy 500 starts as 3x3x3. Really, really cool, am I right?
This is, and always will be, the greatest spectacle in racing. This is the Indianapolis 500. And Alex Palou leads very strong into turn 1. Rinus VeeKay and Felix Rosenqvist with Scott Dixon going high.
After the first 1 or 2 laps, it quickly became apparent that it was going to be the 10 of Alex Palou versus the 21 of Rinus VeeKay. They started battling for the lead, and they didn't stop for 60 laps. They traded the lead 12 times, only being interrupted by pit stops on lap 30, in which the 44 car of Catherine Legge did what I usually do in NRS 3 when I forget I left the traction control off. By lap 65, pit stops are once again in order, and Rinus VeeKay fell out of the lead. And the battle became between the 5 of Pato O'Ward, and the 6 of Felix. What the? How do you pronounce that? I'm not even gonna try. And the 6 of Felix, Swedish name. Now, I wrote down in my notes that by lap 91, I almost fell asleep, but something woke me up, and it was definitely either the pass in the grass, Dale Earnhardt style, or Rick Racing doing Rick Racing stuff. Most of the field, except for Callum Ilott, came in and pitted, which put him out front. Not for long, though, because Mr. Sweden and Pato O'Ward quickly passed him and went back to battling each other. And around lap 140 or so, the 8 of Marcus Ericsson and the 2 of Joseph Newgarden started going at each other. And that battle lasted for about 10 laps before the 28 of Romain Grosjean slapped the outside of turn 2. Off the restart on lap 156, it was still Marcus Ericsson and Joseph Newgarden still out front. However, Santino Ferrucci in the America car was charging hard. He went from 3rd to 1st in 1 lap, full send. Moving on to lap 170 when most of the field came in and pitted to make it on fuel. However, once pit stops were completed for most of the pack, Ferrucci fell back to P11, while Ericsson was in P7. And the 6 drivers in front of him hadn't made up their pit stop yet, so basically making him the leader. I did almost fall asleep around lap 160, and I woke up around lap 180 or so, I don't remember. And later on lap 185, this event almost became a tragedy.
Moves that shell car. Oh! Felix in the wall, big time.
This is going to be a big hit right here. I don't know if he's going to keep it out of the turn 2 wall.
Oh no! Kirkwood! Ooh. Kirkwood upside down! Guys, this will be a red flag, almost certainly. Huge impact.
Felix lost grip in turn 1, spun around in turn 2, and Felix's left rear tire made contact with Kyle Kirkwood's left rear, setting it off the car and flying out of the track. Kirkwood would then hit the outside safer barrier and flip upside down. Now, I cannot understate how thankful we should all be that tire didn't just go straight in the fans. This could have turned out so differently, and we should all be so thankful that this event is not remembered as a tragedy. Sorry, let's move it on. They restarted on lap 192, and it was Owert out front thanks to a big brain strategy. He was no match, however, for Joseph Newgarden and Ericsson, and he sent it a little too hard into turn 3. This would bring out the red flag, and when they restarted, it would be just 4 laps to go. Oh, when they wrecked on the oh my, you guys didn't even make a start finish line. What? Oh, they wrecked on the restart. Are you joking me? Now, one thing to remember when you're an NASCAR fan going to watch the Indy 500 is that IndyCar doesn't do overtime. I did not know that because I don't bother to do my research because I'm stupid. Anyway, this was going to make the official decision rather interesting because if they end the race here under caution, that would mean Marcus Ericsson would win. Or if they let it play out, that would mean perhaps Newgarden or Ferrucci or somebody else could pounce on the lead. And 8 minutes after the red flag was displayed, the officials would tell the teams to pack their stuff up and get ready to go back for a last lap, 1 lap shootout. I'd like to see NASCAR do that. Ericsson would have to play it offensive and not let Newgarden pass. If they both wreck, well, Ferrucci was sitting there in third, maybe he could win. Guess we'll have to find out.
Green flag flies at the speedway. Palou is on the inside of Rossi, but Ericsson has bolted. Ericsson sprints away from Joseph Newgarden and is doing what he did a year ago.
The second year in a row we see him unleashing the dragon as we see almost contact between Palou and Ferrucci. Ericsson leads out a 1. Ferrucci threw a shoulder at Alex Palou and said, "Don't you dare." Ferrucci trying to get a draft off Newgarden and Ericsson, but Newgarden with a monster run off turn 2.
Joseph Newgarden has never won the Indianapolis 500, and he's ahead on this last lap. Joseph Newgarden, is this the moment when the pain ends? The drought isn't over for Joseph Newgarden, or does Marcus Ericsson have something? Team Penske at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and Joseph Newgarden.
1 lap, 1 pass, 1 win. Joseph Newgarden, your Indy 500 winner. He also went up in the stands. I don't know if that's a tradition or not, but I don't know. I thought he was going up there to go punch some people or some garbage. But anyway, the Coke 600 hosted by NASCAR is about to start in 2 hours, so we better pack everything up and get ready to go. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.